Hey everyone, welcome back to a brand new video here on my channel. Today in this video we are going to create a quiz game. This is quite easy game. Just we are going to ask series of questions to user and user should enter true or false. If user input is correct, we're gonna give him some score, and if it's not correct, we're gonna give him wrong and we're gonna show him next question. We're going to use object-oriented concepts to create this game. If we understand logic in this game, we can create user interface easily, and I'm going to do that in next video, and I'll provide links in description. So, and after end of the quiz, we're gonna print quiz is over, and we're gonna also print their final score. Let's get started. Open PyCharm and create a new project and name the project name as quiz and click on create. Make sure you have latest version of Python. You can choose this window or new window, and it's gonna create us a new file with main.py, and you can remove all this rubbish. We are not going to use them. Right click on quiz and click on new. We're going to create few more files, name it as question.py, and create another file, name it as data.py. Here we write our data, our questions, and click on another file, create another file, name it as quizbrain. Here we write our methods, etc, etc. After creating all these, go to question.py. Let's create our first class. To create a class, we use class keyword and class name, and name it as question, and define a constructor for our attributes. We have two attributes. Question has two attributes, one is text and another is answer. Self.question is question and self.answer is answer. We are getting red lines because we need to pass them in our parameters, question and answer. Nice and clean. We created our first class. This question parameter takes an actual question and answer takes actual answer. To demonstrate purpose, let me create an object. To create an object, we first say object name followed by an equal sign, and then we write our class name followed by parentheses, and in place of question we write an actual question. For example, here, what is the biggest planet in our solar system? And in place of answer we write Jupiter. Yeah, Jupiter is the biggest planet in our solar system, of course. And if we try to print a question and answer, we write question1 dot question and question1 dot answer. Let's run our code. Oh, what, we got nothing. Oh, here we are on question.py. Click on run and select question.py before it selected main.py. Now you can see what is the biggest planet in our solar system, and answer is Jupiter. You can create so many questions, as many questions as you want, but we are not going to write our questions here. We are going to write our questions on data.py file. Go to data.py and paste the data. I already made some questions for you. Just copy all the data and paste in your data.py. You can download this data from link in the description. If you open this data.py, it is a list, combines a bunch of dictionaries This dictionary have two values and two keys. Text and answer are keys, and in text we have a value, it's an actual question, and in answer it has true or false, it is answer for this question. Now we are going to create object for every question in this question data, just like before we did in our question.py. Now go to your main.py, import data.py into your main.py. Now we're going to write a for loop to retrieve data from question data. We're going to loop through this question data and get every question and answer using keys and values, because they are dictionaries, and we are going to save them in different variables, right? Question text is equal to I of text, this is key, and with this key we can get value. Do the same for question answer. Question answer is equal to I of answer. These two lines will get the question and answer from question data. If you print this you will understand. Print question text, make sure it's in for loop, and also question answer. Run this. Oh, again we got nothing. Oh, select main.py here, it is in question, but we are running main. So look here, we got every question and answer from question data. Now we are going to create objects for every question, just like we did before in our question.py. Question is equal to question of question text and question answer. Question text is actual question and question answer is actual answer. We got red line here because we didn't import our question. From question, import question class. Now we have successfully created object for every question. You can try to print this question and you will understand. Print this question and you can see there are a bunch of objects created for every question. Every question has an object now. And save this all data in an empty list. Create an empty list named as question data. Is an empty list. Is an empty list, and question data will append this all objects dot append question data dot append question. And if you print this question data, wait a minute, we already have question data in our data.py. Rename this, make it question bank, and print question bank here. We got an error. What's it? Type error. Question object is not subscriptable. Let's see where we did. Oh, there we didn't rename it. That's come on, it's totally my error. Change it to question bank, and now you will see all our data is in our, all our methods is in our question bank list. Remove this print statement, we are not going to print anything here. Now we will ask user to input his answer, and we are going to show the question to him. So go to quizbrain.py, click create a class quizbrain, and also create a constructor. And this constructor have two attributes, which first one is question number and second one is question list. Self dot question list is equal to question list. I know you didn't understand anything here, but I'll explain in a minute. Go to next line and create another function. Make sure you are indented in class. Create a method called next question. Item is equal to self dot question list of self dot question number. Now let me explain what this code does. Self dot question number is equal to 0. Why? Because in our question data it is a list and it starts with index 0, and this question list, what this question list does is, in our main.py I'm going to create an object for quiz brain, and we are going to pass this question bank in our quiz brain. Let me explain this very clearly. First let me import quiz brain, and now create an object for this quiz brain. Quiz is equal to quiz brain, and pass this question bank in our quiz brain. When you pass this question list will become question bank, and question bank of 0, which is an object, and this object have some attributes in our question.py, question and answer, and we can retrieve that question and answer using item.question. Just print this, print item.question. Item is an actual object and question is an actual question. If we run this, why we didn't get anything? Let me check. Oh, I didn't call this function method quiz.next question, and if we run this again, you see an actual question get printed here. And now let's ask our user to enter his answer. Remove this print statement, and let's write answer is equal to input of. If we see our final version of this game, we have q1 and question and followed by true or false. Let's write the same q. First make sure it's an f string, q, and actual question number, which is 0, self dot question number, which is 0, and followed by a colon, and actual question item dot question, true or false. And if we run this, you see that 0 is get printed because our self dot question number is 0. Let's increment it here. Self dot question number plus equal to 1. If we run this again, yes, now everything is right. If we enter true, our program is stopped. Now what we are going to do is we are going to write a while loop that keep executing until our questions get all printed here. While something is true, do this. But what we have to do here, now I'm going to write another method called still have question after this constructor still has question. How do we know what actually the condition is? Remember, this question list have all our questions. We can use our length function to get how many questions we have. Length is equal to len of question list, self dot question list, and if this length is greater than our question number will start from 0 and will get incremented for every question. If this is true, return true, else return false. And now we can use this condition there. If while still has question is true, do this. If you run this again, we can enter true. Yes, now it will get printed all our questions. After our questions is get completed, this while loop gets stopped. Now let's check our answer, that user input is correct or wrong. Define another method called check answer and call this in next question. Check answer, self dot check answer, pass the answer user input and actual answer, which is item dot answer. Now let's pass the dummy parameters, which are just space holders. User input and solution, we can write whatever you want here. If user input is equal to solution, then print correct, else print wrong. Let's run our code. Before, let's make this dot lower, because user just enter capital T or small t. User may enter capital true or like this. We should consider it as correct answer, so make it dot lower to avoid confusion. Just click on run again. If I enter true, we can say correct. If I enter true again, it gave me wrong answer. Yes, it's working perfectly. Now let's create a score. Score is 0 initially, and every time user input is correct, we're gonna increment it, and we're gonna print our score here in an f string. Correct, your score is self.score. And also, let's print our actual questions. It will be good. Do the same thing in else condition. Make it wrong. Now let's run our code again. True, correct, your score is 1 by 1. False, correct, and when I do something wrong, and it's gonna say wrong, your score is 2 by 3, and it will go on. And at the end of this quiz, let's print something. Print quiz is over, and let's print their final score. Your final score is, make this as an f string, quiz dot score, make this an f string, and let's run our code again. You see, by the end of this code, our last 2 lines get printed. Quiz is over, your final score is get printed. We completed our quiz game, but what if we want to change these questions? You can enter your actual questions or go to this website. It has 4,000 plus verified questions. Click on API, click on enter your number of questions, and you can select category. Let me choose computers and click easy. You can choose whatever you want. Copy this link and paste in another new tab. Once you have done this, you will get a bunch of questions here. Copy all of them and paste in question data. Oh, but you see, this data is not aligned what we think. Anyway, if you are using PyCharm, click on code and refactor code. It will be aligned like this. No problem, even if you are not using this PyCharm. Just remove last 2 these things, curly brace and square bracket, and remove this piece of line. We don't want this. Actually, we need only question and answer, but we have so many things here. Let me just align this. Yes, we have category, type, difficulty, question, correct answer, and incorrect answer. We don't want anything, but let it be there. We're not using anything, just we are using question and correct answer here. We don't want to change anything in our code except one thing. Go to our main.py. We don't need to change anything here. Go to main.py, and instead of text, pass the question here, whatever the key there. Just click on question and change the answer to correct answer. If you run the code again, all new questions are ready for your in your quiz game.